Hello everyone. Hey, I posted a video earlier, but I've already deleted it because after I watched it, I just didn't feel like it really gave the correct information in the right order. Most people are here on my YouTube channel because they've been following what Shane Carpenter and I have been involved with for the last 4 or 5 years at a place we call the 400. Well, anyways, so throughout this time, we've acquired equipment when we could afford it. And this past year, I was able to purchase a thermal drone. And one of the things that I've said to Shane since we've got this drone, and I'm still learning to use it, is that I want to go to the park where I had my original encounter back in 2006 that kind of got the ball rolling for this whole process of me even being interested in this subject. I was interested in it before, but that was my first major sighting, close-up sighting that kind of flipped my world at that moment. So anyways, so here we are, 2023, and because of what's happening at the 400 and Shane's friendship with a producer out in California, they have been involved with us doing some filming. Still don't know where that's going, but there's been talk that it's going to be either a documentary or a docu-series, something to that effect. It's still kind of up in the air, just depending on the trajectory of where we go with this. But in the meantime, I just set a date. I said, I'm going to the Chickasaw Park. That's kind of been a dream of mine. I want to get back down there. I want to see what's still going on in that park. A lot of people have had sightings down there. I've talked to a lot of witnesses in the park, outside of the park, and around the park. So there's definitely a lot of history with that park system and these creatures visiting that area because of the spring-fed creeks. Well, anyways, so the point is, we've got an event coming up that I scheduled for March. It's March 9th through the 12th. It's at Rock Creek, south of Sulphur, Oklahoma, in the Chickasaw National Park. And I just want to invite all my friends or anyone who's interested. I understand, I only have a small subscription number for this channel, but out of that, there could be 10 or 15 that might live close enough to that area who would be interested in going. So that's why I'm throwing this out there. You're welcome to come. We are going to, there are trails there that you can hike. We're going to have thermal cameras, handheld thermal cameras. We're going to have my thermal drone. I'm assuming that the filming crew that's been filming us, at the 400 is going to be there. They've shown an interest in going and documenting what we're going to do there. I'm going for my own self-interest. I know they're at the park. I had my encounter there, and I would like to share all that information. And I've got pictures that I want to share with people that show up there, and I want to show you where these pictures were taken and where these things were at in the park and what's going on there. At the same time, I want to use people to fill up those campsites in the off season, in the hopes that that's enough of a change up of what's going on there. Typically, it's quiet in the off season. So if all of a sudden you've got 15 to 20 campsites filled up with people, and I encourage you to bring your wife and children, or wives bring your husband and children and all that kind of stuff, because the more activity, the more jibber jabber that's going on late at night around campfires, I think the better. Because our main goal is to use the drone to go up and look at areas, especially areas by there's a lookout bluff just to the east of this campsite that actually looks out over the city of Sulphur, and it's very high and very steep, and you got trails that you can go up there to look out over this lookout, and it's got a railing up so that you don't fall. So that's the precarious nature of this lookout. Well, anyways, it's really high, and it's right next to the campsite. So I'm going to assume, especially since we've got a picture of one up in the brush on that side of the road, that would be where they would encroach to look down into the campsite to see what's going on. So you're not going to climb up there very fast. And even if you could, even if you knew where a Bigfoot was, you're still not going to be able to go up to wherever one's at, because that's why they keep distance, so that they can vacate if you head in their direction. So let's just throw that out with the wash. It's just going to be the drone. We're going to do some night hikes on the trails. We're going to use the handheld units. We're going to utilize a bunch of different things like that, and we're going to encourage people to go with us. It's going to be fun. We don't want it to be a lot of work, but I just want the drone to do its job, and I need people to be an attractant. If it works, great. They're going to be there filming, so be aware that there's going to be some filming going on. I mean, if you feel like you need to, not be on film, then maybe you shouldn't come. But I'm not saying don't come. Just be aware that you may not want to get in front of a camera if somebody's filming something, for the docuseries. But I'm looking forward to this. I want to make sure that the information is out there, because there are friends of mine that are following our information just to stay on top of what's going on. But here's an opportunity where we can hang out at a campsite where I had a pivotal encounter that altered the direction of my life, and I've got so much evidence from that same park, and I will show you this evidence and show you where it was obtained within this park. And I think that in itself is going to be interesting enough. The icing on the cake is, in that 3-day stretch, we catch something with the thermal drone. Certainly that would be the greatest thing ever, and that's always our goal. But me and Shane are going to be there, and I've already got a lot of people reaching out to me that want to come. There's even a gentleman from Minnesota that's grabbing a friend and coming down there. It's really going to be fun. I mean, especially sitting around campfires and just talking about experiences and stuff. And I do know at least one other person's going to be there who had a sighting on Guy Sandy Creek, which is not too far from there. So it's going to be interesting. But please schedule it if you can. The temperatures should be, from what I read, the average temperatures for March are 65 during the day and 40 at night. Doesn't mean we're not going to be in a cold stretch. I don't know, but just average temperatures. And hopefully it's not raining or anything like that. But if all the conditions are right, you can expect 65-degree days and 40-degree nights. To me, that's perfect. Perfect camping weather. You're not going to sweat during the day, and you'll need a couple blankets at night. So hopefully this is early enough for a lot of people to schedule it for their work, to take a couple days off or whatever. It's just going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So maybe if you want to get down there Saturday after or Friday after work, that's no big deal. If you want to get there Friday morning, then you only have to take one day off work. That's cool. So lots of places you can eat. We're so close to town. Water running in the bathrooms. There's toilet flush with water. There's sinks with water, so you can wash your hands. So you got bathroom facilities, that are not like an outhouse. These are good bathrooms, and you're 2 minutes from downtown Sulphur, so you can go into town to get stuff to eat. So as far as camping, it's not going to get any more comfortable than this. There are no electrical outlets. It's primitive camping. You can drive your vehicle in, and you have to set up a tent. And you have to prepay. You have to go and find your campsite, and you have to prepay with a credit card at one of those kiosks or whatever you call those things at the front of the campground, where you pick your site and punch in how many nights you're going to stay, and then you pay $10 or $15 a night or whatever. Like I said, it's been 3 years since I've been there, so I'm sure that's what it's still like. But yeah, looking forward to it. I hope I've given you enough information. Leave me a comment if you have any questions, or you can friend me on Facebook. I'll be more than happy to have a discussion with somebody, about what to expect, or whether or not you think, wherever you live, any questions you have. So thank you. I will talk to you later.